Greetings, family. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Hotep. Namaste. Hello. How you do? What it do? What up? And all that other good stuff, man. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. Operating the truest and highest version of your authentic self. Today's affirmation will be, I am the purifying presence. 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 We're in springtime, and cleaning is cleansing. I don't know who some of us may think we are. I don't know what some of us think give us precedence over others. I don't know what some of us think status, whether financially or by title, entitles us to. But I'm going to tell you this. Everybody got work to do. We go through some things to figure out some things. I'm glad to say life is good because I'm in the space that I allow it to be. And life can be good for you too if you allow it to be. When I say life is good, I don't base that off, or I don't use that term based off of what I have. I say life is good because who I am, from within outward. Life is good if we allow it to be. So don't lose yourself in the process of trying to have a life. Your divinity can't bless you if you're pretending to be something you're not. More so, to say it in another way, your own divinity can't bless who you pretend to be. And to be authentic, we have to heal ourselves. So heal yourself first. Heal yourself first. Your divinity can't bless who you pretend to be. So heal yourself first. That's what I had to do. A single word. It's amazing how a single word can turn your favorite pleasure into your worst nightmare. I'm going to say it again. It's amazing how a single word can turn our single pleasure to our worst nightmare. It's all about the thought in between, the generative principle. We're in a time, family, where we have to be aware of what we got going on concerning ourselves, as well as what we have going on that's interconnected in the affairs of others. Everybody not cleansing up what needs to be cleansing up at the pace you're cleansing up. Everybody not growing at the rate that you're growing. This is so important to me because I constantly have to stay aware that everyone's not growing at the pace that I grow. I'm a fast learner. At the same time, I have to be in a place of humbleness and groundedness to keep me generating compassion and to keep me patient, where previously I was intolerable, I was very impatient, and I was very aggressively stern in the way that I share what come up in and throughout me. But we got to be aware of what we got going on, because either people don't want you to have going on what you got going on, or they don't want you to have going on what you got going on if they don't have nothing to do with it, or if it don't have nothing to do with them. Be aware, be mindful, be on point, stay sharp. And I could hear somebody saying, damn, you need to repeat that. Either people don't want you to have what you got going on, or they don't want you to have what you got going on because they don't have nothing to do with it. And if possible, in some cases, people will do things to try to stop you from accomplishing whatever it is you got going on. Be mindful, stay aware, and keep sharp. Life is good if we allow it to be. Discernment, temperance, and for those that don't know what temperance means, I'm going to be generous today. Temperance means balance. Discernment, temperance, and intuition. When it comes to discernment, balance, and intuition, what does it mean to you? I associate it with being mindful, present, and aware. But what does it mean to you? Discernment, balance, and intuition. Because we're going to need to pay attention. We need to pay attention to ourselves more than anything. Because if we're able to pay attention to ourselves, what prompts us, what urges us, what motivates us, what's compelling us and propelling us, then we're able to be aware of the others. Most energy is unseen in its movement. I'm going to say it again. Most energy is unseen in its movement, but it's felt very clearly. Pay attention. A lot of us being tested right now. And that's why a lot of us have testimonies, positive testimonies, for the most part. But we are being tested. And our test is going to determine what we have already learned, what we already know. Not what we're picking up on now, not what we're opening up to now. Our tests are determining what we previously learned. When it's something good working to get to you, when it's something good on its way to us, 9 times out of 10, there's something usually working to prevent it. It's just how it is. That's why I'm wearing this hat. These two powers, these two energies, these two forces, whether we call it good or evil, God and devil, what have you, we also have them within us. God is not an external force. God is an inward force. Spirit is an inward force. It needs somebody to tell it. We have to do more to acknowledge it within us, through us, and using us as its operatives. When it's something good in the works for you, there's usually something that works against it to see if you're ready for it. I say that to say, if you're passing your test, you're probably the gossip now. If you operate in self-respect, you're probably the gossip now. So create the best moments that you can from what you have already learned, from what we have already previously been through, to lock in memories as we move forward. to lock them in deep, because we need more positive, we need more joyous, we need more happy memories than we previously have experienced up until the time of this awakening. So create the best moments that we can and lock them in our memories as deep as they can go. It is no time like ever to be trying to enjoy life as much as possible while we still have the time. Why we still have the time. And that's a good thing, because contrary to our belief, contrary to what most of us have experienced, positivity and happiness is an addiction too. As crazy as it may sound, positivity and happiness is an addiction too. And it would have sounded crazy to me at one point in time, depending on what place I was in my life before I got in the space that I presently abide in now. I would have thought somebody was crazy telling me that positivity and happiness is addictive. But it is. Positivity and happiness is an addiction too. You just got to get addicted to it. So that's why over here we exercise things like feeling good for no reason at all, because it's easy. It's something that's easier said than done. And if you have attempted it, you know that it is something easier said than done. And in that moment, you realize that you have to put yourself into it. To get in that space, you have to put yourself into it. It takes work. It takes discipline, self-work, self-application. I can't give it to you. I can't do it for you. I can exemplify it and demonstrate it and express it every day, all day, in my Cat Williams voice, but I can't do it for you. It's the work that we have to do for ourselves and on ourselves. And that's important, because we was born taught. We was born taught to give all our power away before we ever knew what our power was. And now that we're learning how to take our power back, or we're learning what our power is in the first place to be able to take it back, it propels us. It motivates us. It gives us a fire. Some of us a fire that we never felt before, and that's a good thing. If you can identify, give yourself a round of applause, because you deserve it. But if not for life experiences exposing our weakness, we would have never found our strengths or the things that make us strong. I say that to say, it's not how strong we have to be when we recognize how strong we already are. There's an invisible strain that connects all of us, whether we identify with it or not, because some of us still in black and white, you know, in the external world and in our dreams. But there's an invisible strain that connects us all. And I say that to say, it takes time to see. If you ever, for those who have gardens, and for those who have ever planted a seed, you know that it takes time once you plant the seed to see the plant, the fruit, or whatever it is you're waiting to be produced. It takes time to see the fruit once you plant the seed. So with that being said, and speaking to this invisible strain that connects us all, I would like to say, it doesn't happen in a night or overnight. It don't happen in a week or 2 weeks. For some people to contribute the things that they have contributed in knowledge, information, and what have you. It has took some people all their lives to acquire the insights, the knowledge, the wisdom. It has took some people all their lives to go through the disciplines and building their body this way and that way, depending on what we contribute and where the spirit, whether from the spiritual realm all the way down to our everyday living. People don't sacrifice their lives for us to have many of the insights that we now have made available to us. It took all our life to be how we are. In a lot of cases, only to find out that we've been taught wrong. That's okay. It gave us some work to do. Or at least we all know how to make the corrections from the misteachings. And we correct it in us, within us, and through us as we correct it in each other. It's how the work take place, whether we see it, acknowledge it, recognize it or not. It causes us to figure out and identify with what has us reaching for things out of our reach. And it brings us into a deeper contact of how we bring things out of our reach into our reach. Everybody ain't growing with you. Probably won't end up with you. Or everybody not growing with you probably won't end up where you're going. I say it like that. The vibrations gotta match. What are we receiving for where we pour our energy, our life force? Do people love us for what we do or who we are? What are we learning about us due to this or because of this? What are we learning about us today that we never knew existed? What is your personal power to you? Watch who you give your personal power to. We don't got many options, and I narrowed it down to 2. If they don't love us for who we are, they will act like they do towards us, only to get love from us. When we operate in self-love, self-healing, self-cleansing, self-balance, we start to identify these things. It's nobody's fault. It's only our fault what we continue to allow. The question is, what are we allowing? Life is good if we allow it. If they don't love us, they'll act like they do so they can get love from us. Stay cleansed. Stay on your spiritual baths. Stay on your meditations. Stay on your readings. Stay on your studying. Stay on your research. Trying to see what else come through. Thank those. I ain't gotta go far. I got some on the paper. Thank those who help you see your true value, even when they didn't intend to. And remember, Your power don't come from people. Your power comes from within. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Remain true and authentic to the highest frequency of your radiant self. Feel good for no reason at all. Love y'all, family. Thanks for the like. Thanks for the share. Thanks for the subscribe. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the donations. You know, thanks for being you and allowing me to be me, man. Y'all stay up. Peace and power.